Right, we just touched down here at Tokyo's Haneda Airport, which marks the beginning of our epic 7-week ski adventure. But before we can enjoy Tokyo's nightlife and Japan's snow-covered mountains, I'd like to give you some useful tips and tricks on how to make your arrival as smooth and easy as possible. Because let's be real here, navigating one of the biggest cities in the world isn't really a piece of cake, but it's not all that bad if you come prepared. So come with me if you want to live. Okay, we traveled back in time a little bit because before we start our journey, I recommend you download the following apps. Number one is Google Maps, which you might have on your phone already anyways. It'll help us immensely with transportation and getting around Tokyo, Sapporo, or anywhere in Japan, really. Of course, there are other apps that you can use as well, but from what I've researched, Google Maps is definitely one of the best options, and even Japanese people use it, and you're probably already familiar with it. The next one is Google Translate. This one will help us communicate with locals who don't speak English. Once downloaded, choose Japanese and your native language in the drop-down menu and download them there. This way you can even use it when you're offline. However, for speech recognition, you need to have data, but I'll have a solution for that as well, which I'll show you in a second. Next, you might also want to add a Suica card to your Apple Wallet. Sorry, Android users. The Suica card is a prepaid travel card, so-called IC card, which can be used for public transport, but also at vending machines and convenience stores. If you don't have an iPhone, no problem. You can also buy a physical Suica card at the airport, which I'll show you later on as well. Getting the Suica card onto your phone is actually pretty easy. Just open Apple Wallet, hit the plus icon on the top right. Then you add travel card, and there you search for Suica. Boom. And just continue. And you select the amount you want to put on there. So I just put 3,000 yen for now. And yeah, just add, pay with your Apple Wallet, and you're good to go. And if you run out of cash, you can always fill it up later with your local credit card. Now you might wonder why you can't just pay everywhere with your credit card instead. But the fact of the matter is that credit cards are still somewhat unpopular in Japan, and cash is still often king, with Suica cards being the exception. When it comes to mobile data, you have two options. You can get a pocket Wi-Fi, which you can pick up at the airport. That way you can easily connect all your laptops, phones and tablets in your group. This might be a good option for a family with kids when you pretty much stay together all the time anyways. However, when you travel with a bunch of drunk Austrians who can't find their way back into the hotel room, only to be discovered by the cleaning lady in the morning on the floor of a completely different room, yeah, this actually happened, then it might be a smart option if everyone in the group has their own data plan. In this case, you might want to get your personal SIM card. Here you also have two options. You can get a physical SIM card. This one you can also pick up at the airport. Or for you Gen Zs and millennials out there who are probably too cool for regular SIM cards, you can go with the eSIM option. I'm technically Gen X, but I got an eSIM anyways. That's how hip I am.
You really believe that, don't you?
It's really easy to buy and install, and you'll be connected right away when your plane lands in Japan. I bought my eSIM from Sakura Mobile because they're part of the largest network with the best coverage, which will come in handy when on buses or trains, or when I take a wrong turn in the ski resort and need a map to find my way back to civilization, which of course never happened, twice in a row, and it took me an hour to get out of it. I did not have data back then. So this video isn't sponsored by Sakura Mobile, and I paid regular price for my eSIM. But if you want to support this channel, please use the affiliate link in the description. It does help me a lot making these kind of videos. Arigato. On the website, just pick the product you want, enter the time period for when you need it, and pick a plan depending on how much data you need. For eSIMs, you'll receive a QR code right away. With physical SIMs or Wi-Fi routers, you can pick them up at your arrival airport. Sakura Mobile has offices at all major airports. If you go for an eSIM, just make sure your phone is unlocked and compatible. You'll find a list of all compatible phones on the Sakura website as well. Okay, we're at the brewery at Munich Airport now, so let's install our eSIM. Got the QR code ready. You just go into your settings, add eSIM. Use QR code and the code. Activate. Okay, so the eSIM is still activating. I guess it can't find a Japanese tower here in Munich, so that's why. But it should be working once the plane lands. Before that, we enjoy some sausages and beer. So like and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on my fine Bavarian sausage. Oh, that came across a bit weird. Can we do that again? And yeah, there's one last thing I wanted to do from home, which is immigration, because you can do it all online. So you don't have to fill out paper forms here at the airport. You just go to this website with this catchy name. It's a government website, so enjoy. But I'm sure you'll figure it out by following the prompts. And in the end, you should have 2 QR codes, one for immigration and one for customs. This was like the quickest customs and immigration control ever, so take note, USA. Okay, we made it out of the baggage area. Now it's time to get some cash. I recommend using one of these ATMs that you will find everywhere at the airport, because the currency exchanges, they often don't have a very good rate. Yeah, just use an ATM. That'll give you the best exchange rate, and they usually accept all cards. And outside the airport, you could just go to any 7-Eleven, and they usually have an ATM as well. Yeah, also when it asks for currency, choose yen, not euros or US dollars or whatever. That usually also gives you a worse exchange rate otherwise. So yeah, actually the currency exchange at Haneda here isn't too bad. I just compared exchange rates and they're quite similar, but definitely want to check online because it might not be the same everywhere. So now that we have cash, we can buy our first Japanese treat. And because I can't read anything, we're gonna use Google Translate, because there's like a scanning function and it should tell you the meaning. Midna sweetness is okay. The best, crispy, highest. Oolong tea. I mean, kind of works. Better than nothing. So our first drink is some genmaicha, because they didn't have beer. At the GEL ABC office, you can pick up your SIM card or Wi-Fi router. So yeah, definitely cheaper if you order your SIM card beforehand online. Save you some cash. And here at Haneda, next to the currency exchange, you can actually store your luggage, which might be a good idea if you, let's say, have a layover in Tokyo and your flight to Sapporo is only the next day, so you don't have to drag your ski luggage around. You can leave it here. Storing your ski luggage for 1 day is only 1,000 yen, so only like $7 or something. That's way better than carrying it through Shinjuku Station. So to get from Haneda into Tokyo City, you have 5 options really. The first one is a rental car, which I'll show you in another video, how driving in Japan works and so on. Second one would be a taxi, but that might be a bit expensive. It might be 50 to $100 or even more, so not a good idea, especially if you're coming from Narita Airport, which is away even further. Now there are also shuttle buses which go to specific hotels, like some of the bigger hotels like the Hilton and so on, but I'm not staying at the Hilton. So I'll choose one of the last 2 options, which is either the monorail, what's it called? Or the metro, the KQ line. So on the monorail side, you can pick up a physical Suica card. The problem is it's the welcome Suica card, so it's only good for 28 days. So in case you stay longer, you won't get a refund if there's any money left on it. I mean, it works all the same. Just don't put too much money on it because you won't get it back. So yeah, if you can do the app, really it's the best way to go. So Google Maps is telling me to take the monorail and then switch to the train. But yeah, I don't really want to switch, and also I have to walk a little bit longer, which is not fun with all that luggage. So I'm gonna use the KQ line. Yeah, I managed to enter with my mobile Suica card, no problem. Luckily, the metro system in Tokyo is really simple.
What am I looking at? Which way is town?
We made it into Tokyo, wasn't really so bad. And yeah, definitely helped that the eSIM was working right away and the Suica card on the phone, also really useful. But yeah, I think I'm ready for a beer now. And what better place than Golden Guy, where there are like 200 bars within 1 block. I'm sure we'll find a beer here. Yeah, not sure if I'll be able to film inside, so I'm gonna sign off now. In the next video, we'll take a bullet train straight to the chairlift. So go check that out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.
乾杯。
おい
そう、取り高がないと。取り高が。